our annual symposium for support staff. This is an opportunity to stand alongside of support staff and just express our thanks and appreciation, and it gives them an opportunity to showcase the stunning work that they do in partnership and relationship with the people that they support.
The beauty of this kind of event, I think, is that it provides a safe space for people to practice the art of telling and the art of listening. Both of those things are art forms, you know. There's an art and a practice to telling a good story and to listening to a good story.
Storytelling is extremely powerful. We learn a lot about other people, we learn a lot from people by just sitting and listening. Listening is the key.
Darren's had an awesome success story, so we're really here to listen to other people's stories and to listen to Darren and his housemate's story.
Storytelling is exactly that. It's starting a conversation, getting some information off other people.
So if we want to find out what somebody knows, we need to find out about their story. So the practice of good listening to stories is actually a strategic move, I think, from an organizational context, but also from this whole area of the disability service, to say, how can we learn from the people we're supporting?
It's very important to share other people's stories, to hear what is going on in the organisation, because it's empowering, it's encouraging, and it's inspiring. And we're able to do more because we hear about more things that we can do.
For many people with disabilities, they don't get asked to talk about who they are, what they hope for, where they've come from. It's just assumed that other people have their stories. This is an opportunity to say, it might be difficult for you to tell your story and you might need to tell that story in partnership with someone else, but it actually belongs to you. It's your story.
I live at my house. I've got a cat. I do housework.
Are you going to tell everyone your story about your skydiving later?
Skydiving?
Just from sharing stories and giving her permission and saying it's okay, you don't have to stay at home. You can go out. So that's really, it's inspired me actually, how she's just changed so dramatically this year.
It's so exciting that she was once a very quiet and person, and now she's really outgoing and happy.
Hearing the story of some people last year who were asked to tell a story and they had a lot of anxiety about it. Shouldn't I? Did it, and then this year are stepping in as hosts for other people telling stories. And that for me is the power of story at work.
I was presented with this opportunity, and then I decided to do it because I knew that people wanted to hear my story and to see how far I had come.
You learn a lot from each other, and that's why I like sharing stories, and I've been brought up that way, to talk to people and find out what their interests are, and you talk in the other man's interests, and that's how you get the stories going.
The lives of people with disabilities are often not included in those stories, and this is an opportunity for them to showcase their lives and for them to see that people see that they and their stories are important, they're critical, they're part of our history, and they're part of the way we go forward.
Linda, do you think people were interested in listening to your story?
Yeah.
Were they very happy that you found your sister?
Stories can hold us down or stories can lift us up. We can choose in the way that we work with them and the way that we receive them. So being aware of stories and how they impact us is a good way to start, both as somebody who's a story holder, somebody who is receiving the service, and somebody who's part of the service.
I wanted to share my story, basically, and get it out there and show people that, to inspire them, basically.
So here today, when people are sharing their stories, I really just sit and listen, absorb, resonate, and I will remember them because they're such inspiring stories.
It was pretty good having people listen to my story, and recently I got engaged, so I've been saving to buy myself a home.
Yeah, Ray's story is basically about Ray deciding to share his art. And the big part of Ray's story was how Ray is communicating through his art and how that's helping us understand Ray a lot more and his emotions and his feelings towards certain people, events, and us reading that is improving the quality of Ray's life.
I actually asked him if he would pick a picture for me, and he said yes and handed me this picture.
The stories that have emerged, which, you know, from their own experience, but also infiltrate the experience of those who work with them.
All of Laurie's photos that were shown today were from a whole variety of people in Laurie's life, and I think that says something. You know, there was this whole pictorial photo essay about you that was from a lot of different people.
We must always recognise, irrespective of where we are in the system, that the only people who really make the change are the direct support staff and their relationships with the people they support, the families and the communities.
The positive energy in the room, that's just sort of, it's intoxicating. Just meeting all the people from all different roles that, you know, are within UnitingCare, and to see, you know, them come together and really just be here for the people we support and understand the quality of work we do and why we do it.
Remind them to go on. They can do it for themselves, for the future plan, and they can have a better life, better quality of life, or independence.
I just can't believe how much people are getting out all their emotions, they're telling their stories. It's just been a fabulous day.
Thank you.